Welcome students. Today we are going to start with our 7th chapter of science, that is nutrition and diet. Hope you must have revised and read all the question answers till 6th chapter. So today let us start with 7th chapter, nutrition and diet. In the beginning they have asked, can you recall which are the various groups of foodstuffs? Name the ones you see in the pictures. Which main constituents of food do we get from them? Children, in the beginning see here there are different foodstuffs shown to you all. We have to name them. Okay, they have asked you to name this group. This group will be called as a fruits. This group of foodstuffs will be called as a cereals or pulses. Cereals or pulses. This group will be called as a this vegetables. Yes or no? This group is called as a fruits. Yes or no? This is a non-vegetarian, meat, fish, egg, all this. So these are the different foodstuffs. We have named them. Okay. Which main constituents of food do we get? Children, from cereals and pulses, what things we get? We get carbohydrates. Yes or no? From pulses we get proteins. From vegetables we get vitamins. Yes or no? From egg, milk, fish we get protein. So these are the different constituents which we get by eating them. So we have named the foodstuffs, different foodstuffs, and from them which constituents we get from them by eating them. So let's move further. Now they are saying living things take food and water and use them for variety of purposes. Do you agree, children? Living things, all living things, that is animals and plants, even human beings, they all require food and water to live. Why they require this food and water? There are four things to obtain energy. Children, if we don't eat food, do we get energy for working? No, we can't work. We will not get energy to do the work. That is why food is necessary for that. Second thing, for the growth of the body. If you don't eat proper food, what happens? Your body's growth will not take place. Third one, to carry out day-to-day functions of the body. If you don't drink water also, your body functions, dehydration takes place, so many problems comes, you feel giddy. Yes or no? So to carry out day-to-day functions of the body, food and water are very necessary to carry out all the functions of our body. Even one function also stops, immediately you feel restless. The fourth thing is that to fight the diseases. If you don't eat proper food, what happen? You will not get a immunity power, proper immunity power to fight the diseases. If you are very healthy, no disease will catch you. So that means your immunity power should be strong, and when the immunity power will be strong, when you eat proper food and water. So these are the four things which are necessary for obtaining energy, for the growth of the body, to carry out day-to-day functions of the body, and to fight diseases. Food and water is very necessary. Now you see this table what they have given. In living things, the process of taking in food and water are used water and using it for growth and other purposes is called nutrition. If we are taking food and water for the growth of our body, that is called as what? Nutrition. That is called as a nutrition. And the constituents of the food that is useful for these purposes, they are called as a nutrients. So here two things we have studied. One is nutrition and the other is nutrients. See, the things means the food, different foodstuffs we have seen in the above picture. This you are eating. In that, different constituents are present. They help your body to do the proper growth. So they are called as a nutrients. So let us see what are the different nutrients that are present in the above foodstuffs which we are eating in our day-to-day life. So nutrients and foodstuffs. Children, whatever food you eat, in that there are 6 nutrients present, 6 main nutrients. Remember this. What are they? Carbohydrates, fats, proteins, fiber, vitamins and minerals. These are the 6 main nutrients which are present in your foods which you are eating. These nutrients are present in different food items. Carbohydrates in present in cereals. Yes or no? Proteins are present in eggs, uh, fishes, pulses. Yes or no? Vitamins, they are present in the vegetables. So all these leafy vegetables, fibers are present. Fats are present in oil, ghee, butter. So these are the different foodstuffs which we eat. These all constituents are present in them, and when we consume that foodstuffs, you get these all nutrients, and these nutrients help you in proper nutrition of your body. These nutrients are present in different food items we eat in different proportion. Let us learn more about all this. So the very first which we are going to study is about carbohydrates. Carbohydrates is also called as energy giving nutrients. So these are the things, some cereals, some pulses in which carbohydrates are present. So let us study. Our main energy need is of energy. We want energy. Without energy we can't do the work. It is fulfilled by carbohydrates. So carbohydrates are, that's why they are called as a energy giving nutrients, because they provide energy to your body. Hence our diet includes a large proportion of cereals in the form of rice, chapati, roti, bhakri and bread, which contain carbohydrates. So carbohydrates are present in all these things. See here, rice, chapati, bhakri, bread, they all contains what? Carbohydrates. And this is our main diet. This, every person is having this only every day in their diet: rice, chapati, roti, bhakri. Without that, will your stomach will satisfy? No. How much junk food, how much uh, this junk food or whatever you want, some little snacks you are eating, that will not satisfy your diet. You will not get that much energy. But this rice, chapati and roti, they are the main food constituents which they provide energy, and in them carbohydrates is present. From that only our body gets energy. That is why they are called as energy giving nutrients. So cereals are our staple food. Staple means they are our main diet. Every day we require this. So they are our, these are the cereals. They contains carbohydrates and every person will have this as a main diet. So children, we take pickle also with this, but pickle we don't take in large amount like roti and bhakri. Yes or no? So these are the main things which we require, because they are the energy giving nutrients, and then them carbohydrates is present. Let's move further. Second thing we are going to study about is fats. Now let's see second nutrients, that is fats. Fats are present in these all things. Some part of our energy requirement is also fulfilled by fatty foods like oil, ghee and butter. See children, these are the things. This is the butter, oil, butter, oil, ghee. These all the things are what? These are the things which are in that fats are present. We get energy in the form of heat from the food we eat. Children, how we get energy? We get energy in the form of heat. Our food which we eat, that is consumed, and from that it is from the heat, it means that energy is converted in the form of heat from the food we eat. So heat is measured in the unit called as kilocalories. Hence our energy which we get in food items is also measured in kilocalories, because the unit of heat is what? Kilocalories. And we get the energy also in the form of heat. That is why our energy is also calculated in kilocalories or calories. Children of growing age need approximately how many calories of food? 2000 to 2500 calories from the food they eat. They must need. Growing age children means from 6 years above. They are the growing age children, so they needs 2000 to 2500 calories of food every day. So remember this, fats are present in oil, ghee and butter, and whatever food we eat, that is converted in the form of heat only. So we get energy from we get energy in the form of heat only. That is, and heat is measured in kilocalories. That is why our energy is also calculated in kilocalories or calories. Now let's move further. Third thing very important is proteins. The third constituent of the food our body requires is proteins. We need proteins for the purposes of growth. Children, our body's growth and development takes place because of proteins only. Repairing the wear and tear of the body and other life processes. Our other life processes, our other functions of the bodies are also done by the proteins. We get proteins from what all things? See here, sprouts. Sprouts means what? Your mummy soaks moong, matki. After she soaks, after next day what happens? They get sprouts, and these sprouts are very good for our body because they contains rich proportion of proteins. Moong, matki, milk and milk products, these are also milk and milk products, egg, they are also rich vitamin, rich proportion of proteins they have in them. And meat and eggs, they also contain proteins in them. So we should eat proteinous food. They are helpful for our growth, repairing wear and tear of the body, and for carrying other functions of our body. After proteins, let's see vitamins and minerals. From what things we get these vitamins and minerals? To improve the body resistance to disease and for other life processes, the body needs vitamins, minerals, and fiber in the diet. These three things also you require. So to improve the body's resistance to disease, any disease should not catch you. Your immunity power should be strong. For that, your body also requires in small amount or whatever, yeah, they require, but vitamins, minerals, and fiber. We obtain these nutrients mainly from vegetables and fruits. And how do you get these minerals and vitamins? From the vegetables and fruits. We require vitamins and minerals in small quantities. Children, though they require in small quantities, but they are very important. Don't neglect them. That we are eating the food, roti, chapati, then also vitamins and minerals are also necessary along with carbohydrates, proteins, and fats, because their deficiency also can lead to various diseases. So here is a chart given. We should know what deficiency can cause which disease if that vitamin and mineral is absent in our body. The body needs several inorganic substances, they are called minerals. Along with vitamins, minerals also are very important. The table below shows some minerals and provides information about their functions. So let us see down, some minerals are given, and if that minerals are not present in your body, what diseases your body will have. Let's see. See here, these are the minerals, children: iron, calcium, and phosphorus, iodine, sodium, and potassium. These are the four important minerals your body should have. What are their functions? Iron's function is to carry oxygen to all parts of the body. Then sources, what you should eat so that you have iron in your body: meat, spinach, apples, resins. This you should eat so that iron mineral will be present in your body. And if you don't eat all this food, you will be suffering from the iron will be very low in your body. Then you will suffer from which disease? Anemia. Very important. If iron is less in your body, you will suffer from anemia. The next mineral is calcium and phosphorus. What is their function in the body? They give strong bones and teeth. They make your bones and teeth very strong. How do you get the rich source of this? What should you eat so that your bones and teeth will become strong? You should drink milk products, green leafy vegetables you should eat. You should eat meat if you are non-vegetarian. And if you don't eat this, you will suffer from lack of calcium and phosphorus. So what is the deficiency disease? Your teeth will become bad, brittle, weak, bones will become very weak. Okay. The third one is iodine. What is the function of iodine? They controls growth, speed up chemical reactions in the body. Many chemical reactions also take place in your body. So what happens? Iodine is there in your body. They help in the carrying chemical reactions and controlling the growth. So what you should eat? Resins, beans, fish, seafood. That is a rich source of iodine. If you don't eat all these things, if there is a deficiency of iodine in your body, means they become less, then you will suffer from goiter. Remember this, iodine, what is the deficiency disease? Goiter. If iodine is absent or it is less in your body, you will suffer from goiter. The fourth important mineral should be present in your body is sodium and potassium. What is the function of it? It maintains the body's water balance and functioning of muscles. They help in maintaining the body's balance in body's water balance. If they are not present, balance of water will be disturbed, and even muscles they make strong. So what you should eat? Salt, cheese, leafy vegetables, fruits, and pulses. And if you don't eat this and you are suffering from lack of sodium and potassium in your body, you will suffering from this disease, inefficiency of muscles. Your muscles will not work effectively. So we have seen about minerals and vitamins. Though they require in small quantities to your body, they are very important for the functioning. Otherwise, you will suffer from the above diseases. Now, after minerals, let's see vitamins. Vitamins are of two types, children: water soluble and water insoluble. So, which are the vitamins which are water soluble? Vitamin B and C. Vitamin B and C, they are water soluble, and vitamin A, D, E, and K, they are water insoluble. Means vitamin B and C, they dissolve in water easily. So they are called as water soluble vitamins. They are thrown out of the body through water in sweat and urine. Children, you sweat during summer season, you sweat more, you go for urination. So water is thrown out of your body. That is, vitamin B and C are what they thrown out of your body through these two forms, sweat and urine. Okay, and hence a regular supply of these vitamins is also essential. And these are the some of the types of vitamins: B, B1, B2, B3, B5, B6, B9 and B12. These are the types of vitamin B. So remember that which are the water soluble vitamins: B and C. Why they are water soluble? Because they dissolve easily in water, and they are also thrown out of the body in the form of two things: sweat and urine. And these are the some types of vitamin B: B1, B2, B3, B6, B9 and B12. Now water insoluble vitamins means those who do not dissolve in water. So they are A, vitamins A, D, E and K. They are fat soluble vitamins also. They are also called as fat soluble vitamins. Now let's move further. So here we have seen about minerals, vitamins. Here is a very important chart of vitamins, like we have seen about of minerals. Which mineral uh, should be present in your body, what are their functions, what you should eat for that, and if you don't eat that, what you will suffer. So similarly, this is a chart of vitamins. Which vitamin helps in what, their sources means what you should eat, and if you don't eat that, you will suffer from which disease. So very important, the first vitamin is A. Vitamin A, what is the function of it? It protects your eyes, very important. Helps your skin and bones and teeth healthy. You should eat what? Carrot, milk, butter, dark green vegetables, sweet potatoes, fruits and vegetables. And if you don't eat, you will suffer from night blindness. Means you can't see after sunset. That is night blindness. And one more disease, that is xeroderma. Night blindness and xeroderma. I am written in short. Xeroderma means your skin becomes very very dry. So these two things you will suffer from vitamin A if they are very less in your body. And what you should eat for that? Carrot, milk, dark green vegetables. This you should include in your diet. The next vitamin is B1, because B's type we have seen. Out of that, three are very important: B1, B9 and B12. So B1 helps in proper function of nerves and heart, functioning of your heart and nerves. You should eat milk, fish, meat, cereals, nuts and pulses. And if B1 is less in your body, you will suffer from this disease, beriberi. Remember that, beriberi. Okay, that is nerve disorder. Your nerves will not function properly, your muscles will become weak. The next vitamin is B9. It helps in your growth of body. You should eat deep green vegetables, papayas and kiwis. If B9 is not there, it will suffer from improper growth, anemia and forgetfulness, slow movements. Your body, you will do work, all body functions will become very very slow. B12, formation of red blood cells. Okay, your body, there are two WBCs and RBCs. So B12 helps in the formation of red blood cells. Meat and milk products you should eat, and if they are not there, B12 is less in your diet, then you will suffer from anemia. Now let's see vitamin C. Vitamin C protects body tissues. Yeah, it protects your tissues, formation of collagen, a protein essential for gums, teeth, bone and skin. Okay, tissue, it protects tissues, and it forms one protein, that is collagen, which is essential for gums, teeth, bones and skin. You should include what you in your diet: amla, kiwi, oranges and other citrus fruits, cabbage, tomatoes, green leafy vegetables. And very important disease name which will suffer from vitamin C: scurvy. Scurvy means your bleeding of gums. From your gums, you start bleeding. Even thyroid malfunction. These are the two things which you will suffer from. C, remember, you suffer from scurvy. From B, beriberi. Remember all this. A, night blindness. All these diseases name you should remember. Then vitamin D absorbs calcium and phosphorus for healthy bones and teeth. Calcium and phosphorus. How you'll get vitamin D? On exposure to sunlight, vitamin D is made in human body. In the mornings, you should go out the sun for some time. For that, sun rays are very good for your bones to make strong. That you'll get vitamin D from that. and even you can include milk, fish, egg and butter in your diet. If vitamin D is less, rickets, you will suffer from which disease? Rickets. Rickets means your bones will become very soft, even pain will be there and some fracture will be there if you don't eat all this diet. You should always take morning sunlight for this. The next function is E. Vitamin E, what it is function? Smooth functioning of metabolism inside the cells. All the cells function it carries out. Reproduction it helps. Maintaining efficiency of muscle cells. Wheat germ, green leafy vegetables, tender leaves, vegetable oils you should eat. If you it is less in your diet, you will suffer from weak muscles, obstruction in reproductions. Female ladies will have more problem of vitamin E because it helps mostly in reproduction. Skin disorders, even you will suffer from some skin disorders. The last one is vitamin K. Vitamin K is helps in clotting of blood. What you should eat: green leafy vegetables, green cabbage, broccoli, sprouted pulses, yellow eggs. If this is not there, you will suffer from excessive bleeding. Continuously the blood will come out after an injury. So vitamin K helps in clotting of blood. So this is a very important chart. You should remember the vitamins names, what it helps in, what you should eat, that means sources, and if that is less, what diseases you will suffer. Like vitamins mineral chart was also important. Four minerals, remember: iron, calcium, iodine, sodium and potassium. What are the diseases, what you should, what are their functions, so very important. So we have seen till here. The next part we will see about a balanced diet. What is balanced diet? Till then revise your lesson till here.